go here in Evanston. Northwestern, Michigan State. We are off. Northwestern winning the tip. Wow, we'll get the offense started. Casey Harder on the near wing. These are two teams that want to play fast. Walsh inside, turnaround, no good.
That's what they want to feed. They want to feed Walsh down low, let her work in the post, and just get her going. This is a Michigan State team that's going to want to move fast as well. Really quick tempo offensively.
11th fastest team in the country per Bart Torvik. Van Sluten working inside, tied up Lau in there with contact. Foul will be on her.
Van Sluten already getting to work early, just trying to get herself into some space. A nice little move and drawing the foul. It's another key point of this Michigan State team. They take the second most free throws per game in the Big Ten, 9th nationally, so they're going to head to the free throw line for quite a few amount of shots.
Van Sluten misses the first. She struggled at the line this year. Just a little bit over 58% from the charity stripe this season. Second one from the Oregon transfer is good. Michigan State going into a full court press, a team that racks up the steals, racks up the turnovers forced. Western gets it over the timeline. Wow, pass to the corner, Walsh a three. Bounces in, 3-1 Northwestern lead early.
A very nice bounce there for Kaylee Walsh, giving Northwestern that early lead. You want to see those 3 points fall, and Kaylee Walsh with back-to-back games with starting strong with some 3 points.
Halleck in the corner. Swings. Good ball movement inside. Van Sluten under the hoop for 2.
And Van Sluten really taking advantage of that height difference going up against Kyla Jones in the paint. Now Kyla Jones getting swarmed early on. This Michigan State defense just so dominant.
Caroline Lau fouled by Jocelyn Tate. And you can see early on here, Michigan State, their intensity, their aggressiveness. I mean, there's a reason they lead the Big Ten in steals per game, 13.2 steals per game.
And you mentioned the 2 players in the top 10 in steals in the starting lineup. That's not even talking about Nyla Hampton, who will most likely come off the bench today. She's 10th in the Big Ten in steals. So many different players just racking up the high steal numbers.
Hampton had a big game against Oregon with 8. Pass inside to Walsh, working on Aralt. Bounce, and in. 5-3 Northwestern up. Tate to Halleck. It's a Michigan State team that doesn't necessarily want to shoot the 3 all too much. Simmons pass inside, Aralt all alone, and makes the bunny.
You don't want to leave Aralt that wide open. I mean, you don't want to leave anyone open, but Aralt especially is really going to work. Michigan State now 3 straight possessions has really worked down low into that post and found an open player in the paint.
Harder, dogged by Van Sluten. Passes to an open Jones. Left hand dribble. Loses it. It's Michigan State special there. Halleck races up the floor to the hoop. Layup no good. And Van Sluten smartly just passes it up to the top of the key. Jocelyn Tate, left hand for 2.
Very nice move there by Tate, but a great play started by Van Sluten getting that offensive rebound. She averages nearly 7 rebounds per game, and for a Northwestern team that struggles in terms of rebound margin, that's something they have to look out for in avoiding those second chance points.
Wow, kicks to the corner for Walsh. Wow, a 3. Just short. Good board by Williams. It's Northwestern resets. Backdoor cut. Harder under the rim, blocked. Aralt with the defense leads the Spartans in blocks, and you can see why. Wow, using the screen from Walsh. Kicks to Williams down low, baseline drive, no good, gets a rebound. And a foul called on the floor. Jaden Simmons picking up the kill.
Well, Northwestern is really trying to penetrate into that paint a little bit, but Michigan State doing a good job just stuffing any offensive player charging in. We see here Williams making a drive towards the net, but immediately 2 Spartans kind of surround her. Similar situation we saw with Harder. She had to make a nice underneath the basket layup, but was swatted away by Aralt.
Taylor Williams shooting from the line 56% this season. Makes the first. It's been a tight one here in the early going. Some good action offensively. Both teams getting the line a little bit. As Williams converts the second, we're all nodded.
Taylor Williams coming off a game where she got close to a double-double, 9 points, 8 rebounds against Iowa, but we're used to seeing her rack up those high amounts of rebounds along with those points. One of the best rebounders in the Big Ten. She's 5th currently in the league in rebounds.
Van Sluten kicks to Ayrault. Kyla Jones the assignment, passing side. Tight pass, and Northwestern comes up with it.
Well,
Casey Harder.
Great play. Harder, Walsh, and Jones all there to try and deflect that pass.
Jones wanted Walsh inside. She'll opt to get to the nail and loses the basketball. Jocelyn Tate picking one up. Pass forward for Ayrault. Swings. Halleck, wide open 3. Just short. It's going to be a jump. As great job by Jocelyn Tate on the backside to fight with Taylor Williams down low. Get another look at the steal from the Spartans. Tate picking Kyla Jones's pocket.
And that's Kyla Jones just pretty much just working herself into traffic. And then you see that incredible pass from Ayrault on the other side. Already 2 turnovers from Kyla Jones. She's going to want to avoid that for sure.
Emma Shoemate checking into the game, as well as Inez Sotelo. Nyla Hampton with the basketball. Another one of the entries. Insert to Van Sluten working on Taylor Williams. Up and in, and Grace Van Sluten making her mark early.
And that's just a tough basket. Taylor Williams all over her defensively with her arms straight up against Sluten. Is able to work around Williams to get the 2 points.
She's got 5 already. Is a foul called on Theron Halleck. It's already Michigan State's 3rd foul. You'll see another angle of this Van Sluten post move. Just about halfway through this first quarter. Spartans up by 2. Kyla Jones. Back up top to Casey Harder. Western trying to go high-low. They love to do this. Kaylee Walsh, turn around, no good. As Hampton pushes the pace. Slows down. Halleck. Cross-court feed to Shoemate. Sotelo. Passes to Van Sluten at the elbow. Nice move, but couldn't get the finish. Now this is turning into a track meet. Both teams just trying to run the floor, and Casey Harder gets the left-handed layup to fall.
Well, we knew this was going to be a high-tempo game. Both teams above average in terms of pace, and Northwestern doing a good job keeping up with the Spartans, ultimately just getting the defensive stop and then turning it into offense.
Oh, Sotelo, great drive, better kick. Halleck 3, in and out. Rims have not been friendly so far to the Spartans.
Halleck, not necessarily the greatest three-point shooter, came into this game under 30% from beyond the arc, already 0 for 2 today.
Steal here, Hampton all alone in transition, puts it up and in.
Well, we mentioned Hampton as one of those players who is also up there in steals, able to turn the turnover into points for the Spartans. That's something they thrive off of.
11-9, Michigan State advantage. Lau, good kick to Walsh. Great move to the hoop, but layup no good.
I'll tell you what, Kaylee Walsh has had a couple of really nice moves today. She's just not getting the finish that she wants necessarily. 2 for 5 from the field today, but a couple of those misses from within the paint.
Comes in, as well as Grace Sullivan. Walsh goes to the bench, as well as Kyla Jones. Williams trying to make some magic happen at the top of the key. Drives the lane and gets fouled. Call on Jaden Simmons.
Another really nice move there by Taylor Williams. Some great handles to work down low into the paint and then draw the foul on her way up for the shot.
Williams just really impacted this Northwestern team coming over from Michigan from last season. It's been a big-time part of the front court, both with the rebounds, points per game, just been a steady force. He's picked up a slew of double-doubles as well. First free throw, no good, a little off the back iron. Went 2 for 2 in her last trip to the line. One of 3 Northwestern players that have scored so far.
already up to 3 rebounds in these first 6 minutes of play as well.
Make it 3 points as well as she makes the second. 11-10, Spartans still in front. So we wind down here in the first quarter of action from Evanston. Spartans trying to bounce back from a loss against Oregon last time out. They've won 5 of their last 6. Northwestern, losers of 7 in a row, still searching for that first conference win. Ball movement to Shoemate in the corner, working on Harder. Pass back up top. Tate, watched by Lau, gets inside, over Grace Sullivan, but a little too much mustard on the layup.
Northwestern doing a good job defensively there, but it's another play where Michigan State had another opportunity because of an offensive rebound. So Tello was able to grab it, and then Tate just unable to get the finish, but Northwestern really struggling on that defensive side of the boards.
Williams spins on Sotelo, back to the left hand and up and in. Northwestern back in front.
Just how many times we're going to see nice moves from Taylor Williams today? That one was just terrific job to get to the basket.
Pulling all the moves out on the dance floor. Pass inside, Aralt. Good defense by Sullivan. Sotelo, wing 3, too strong. The Spartans continue to struggle from distance, 0 for 3 now. Daly, mid-range pop, is pure. Mel Daly is in the building. Mid-range Mel has made her appearance. Tate, bounce to Sotelo, great cut right down the lane. Aralt up and in for 2, she's got 4.
Well, Aralt's basketball IQ today has been off the charts. She's made 2 really nice cross-court passes on the kickouts, and then that play right there was a terrific drive into some open space. No one was anywhere near her in the paint for the easy 2 points.
Somehow, Northwestern's defense has lost her a couple times. Sullivan, the turnaround J, is good. 16-13, Northwestern up. Wildcats have played well at home this season as Shoemate's 3 is too strong. Big-time wins over Utah and UNLV. Has played a team like Minnesota pretty closely at home as well. Oh, Aralt, another block. That's her second already. Showing some of that defensive flair that makes this Spartans team so special.
Came flying in out of nowhere on that play. Let's take a look at the previous replay. Mid-range Mel getting to work for the bucket. And then Grace Sullivan with the nice spin move working against Aralt, the turnaround jumper. So back-to-back possessions with a couple of points for the Wildcats as they look to get going again here.
Walsh trying to post up, little turnaround off glass. Cats up by 5.
Walsh already up to 7 now on the day. A couple nice post moves in her bag.
Jocelyn Tate works on Daly, kicks to Hampton, bounce to Van Sluten. Corner 3, Aralt, too strong. Another missed 3 from this Spartans team. 0 for 5 now. Harder goes baseline. Uses the screen from Walsh. Walsh has a mismatch there on Jocelyn Tate. Foul called. It is indeed on Tate.
Yeah, Tate just kind of pushed Walsh there in the paint as she was trying to work on a post move, get open on this play. We take a look right here. Just a little shove in the back, and that's going to get called every single time.
Halleck comes in for Shoemate. Tate goes to the bench as well. So it's Hampton, Halleck, Sotelo, Van Sluten, and Aralt, the 5 for the Spartans as Walsh makes the first. She's already got 7. Make that 8 after the made free throw. And now 9. So Kaylee Walsh leading all scorers early with 9 points. Cats up to 7-point lead. A little 6-0 run over the last minute. Aralt from the elbow, dishes to the wing. Pass inside to Van Sluten. Walsh watches her. Van Sluten goes to work. Spins. Puts it up, and great defense there by Kaylee Walsh. Northwestern's interior presence. Strong early. Bounce to Daly. Oh, wanted to find Walsh. But great defense by Aralt, and she has continued to just be everywhere.
She's her ability to jump in the air and time up those blocks. That time it's a pass from Daly that gets blocked, but similar to a blocked shot. But Aralt is in love with those cross-court passes on offense as well. It's the 3rd time today. And Walsh, though, defensively, some great defense on Van Sloot on that previous possession.
Northwestern trying to go high-low there between Walsh and Sullivan. Good defense by the Spartans to deny that. Insert to Sullivan. This time gets it to Walsh. Left-hand spin, just a little off.
Walsh has already attempted 7 field goals in this first quarter alone. So they are really feeding her down low in that paint.
Hampton will try and start the offense. Van Slooten from the free throw line. Here's Sotelo. Lau watches Aralt. Another cross-court feed. Hampton late in the shot clock. Just a foul by Mel Daly down low with 2.1 left in the first quarter.
Yeah, Hampton gets the drive in. Daly just not exactly set on that contact, going to draw the foul, send Hampton to the line for 2. Hampton, a 66% free throw shooter on the year, looking to get a couple points for the Spartans at the end of this first quarter.
Connects on the first. Spartans creep back within 2 possessions. First points for Michigan State in the last 2:26. Second one from Hampton is good. Make it 20-15. 2.1 seconds left, and Kaylee Walsh will just hold it. So that's it for the first quarter. Northwestern leads by 5 in the early going, 20-15 advantage.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Free throw shooter, 76.3% on the year. She'll get 2. And then remember, the Spartans will also get the basketball after the shots. You have to probably expect Kaylee Walsh to probably sit the rest of this first half.
Absolutely.
As Aralt makes the first. Up to 8 points, make it 9 to lead Michigan State. So 34-31, Spartans in front by 3 with 3:06 to go in the first half. It's been a fun one so far in Evanston. Both teams like to play fast, but we've seen that. We haven't seen tons of offense. We have seen a good amount of offense. As we get restarted here. Shoemate, watched by Kyla Jones.
Good closeout by Jones.
Yeah, don't want to give Shoemate any space from distance. It's Jocelyn Tate swings to Jane Sims. Shoemate now on the wing. Aralt, 8 seconds on the shot clock, 7. Lost the basketball, and Zamaya Walton picks it up. Great defense from the Wildcats.
And the Cats doing a good job really limiting most of the damage from that intentional foul. Only the 2 points coming off the free throws after that Kaylee Walsh rebound. Take a look at this foul here. Walton, good effort to get to the ball and then draw the foul after a little bit of contact. The officials appear to be having a discussion here. Now it seems that we are good to go.
Walton to bring the ball up. Shouting orders. 2.5 to go here in the first half. Walton, cross-court heave. Kyla Jones, pass inside to Taylor Williams. Williams, back out to Walton. 8 on the shot clock, 7 now. Walton kicks. Harder, corner 3. Rainbows in, Casey Harder. Big time shot for her, she's got 5.
Placement on the court was a little bit interesting between Jones and Harder. They're both right next to each other, it doesn't matter.
Emma Shoemate with the answer, her second 3 of the game already. She's got 6.
Already above her season average of 4.8 points per game.
She hasn't shot the 3 all that efficiently this season so far, just 35.8%. But 2 of 2 as Walton answers with a little floater.
Some really nice handles on that play to kind of sneak through a couple defenders, and the floater just pure from that free throw line.
And you can really tell she's a player that's continuing to find her confidence as the season continues. Hampton swings to Shoemate, her third 3, no good. The 2 for 3 on the afternoon as Harder hustles up the floor. Haggled by Simmons. Waits for the screen. Williams slips. Ball goes to Sullivan instead. Turns. Sullivan down the lane. Turnaround, and that's another block for Julia Ayrolt. Ayrolt gave the ball up. Kyla Jones in transition. Walton also there, but Jones takes it herself, and the Cats back up in front.
Well, you want to talk about the defense of the Spartans. Kyla Jones wants to talk about her defense as well. A terrific steal, leading the offense the other way. It's something Kyla Jones has done a lot throughout this season.
Jones with 6. Jocelyn Tate to the rack. 2 shots coming up.
Yes, Sullivan and Williams both going for the block on that play. Their hands coming down, contact on the shot.
Van Sluten will check back in after the she'll check in now for Ayrolt. Spartans always want to have one of those two on the floor in terms of just their size and what they bring as offensive scoring abilities. Foul was called on Kyla Jones on the Tate drive. It's Jones's first. Tate makes the first one, ties this thing up at 38. Spartans 8 for 9 from the free throw line so far. Trying to make it 9 for 10. Classic announcer Jones. That's on me, Michigan State fans.
But then you see that ability of Michigan State to, or actually almost got the offensive rebound. It ended up going off of a Michigan State player, but they are swarming the ball off of these inbound plays.
Williams bursts through in transition. Great spin and in. Taylor Williams, oh my.
Those post moves that all of these Northwestern bigs have. Taylor Williams really getting to work down there for the 2 points. Just a nifty move.
Shot clock turned off, 10 on the game clock. Hampton feeds to Simmons. Back to Hampton, inside for Van Sluten, under the hoop, and ties this ball game up at 40. What a first half here from Evanston, all square at 40.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
4.5 on the season, so really hitting on a lot of those shots. 4 for 6 from the field.
Now up to 19 points in her last 2 games, going back to that Oregon ball game. Daly, no good on the floater. Shoemate with the board. Shoemate up to 6 points now, 1 rebound for her. Lets it fly. 3rd 3 of the evening for her.
Just a little bit lazy getting over there. Shoemate left wide open off of that. And then Northwestern struggling to get the inbound play. So taking a little bit of a step back here over these last couple of minutes.
Spartans up to a 10-point advantage. Trying to protect their status in the top half of the Big Ten. Walsh kicks to Harder. Looking for an answer. Yes, sir.
Casey Harder with a couple of trays today. Up to 8 points for herself, getting into that scoring touch.
She's been Northwestern's most consistent three-point shooter as Williams with a steal. Pushing it the other way in transition, straight to the hoop. Working on Halleck and gets it to go.
That's how you respond right there. A steal and a score after the 3 cuts it to a 5-point game.
Joe McEwen asking for a foul. There was tons of contact there. Northwestern slices the deficit to 5. Tate asking for help from Halleck. Williams in her face. Good bounce inside of Van Sluten. Casey Harder just can't do much about that. Just too much height for Van Sluten.
Yeah, that's not the matchup you want for Northwestern, with Van Sluten taking great advantage of that as she continues her terrific day. Hampton, watched by Walton.
Northwestern swings around the perimeter. Daly to Williams. Works on Jocelyn Tate, and Hampton picks Williams' pocket. Oh, great move by the Spartan guard. Slows up. Tate back to Hampton. Wide open three. You bet. Nyla Hampton had herself an afternoon. 14 for her. 2 made threes. Spartans back up by 10.
And for a Northwestern team that was doing a great job limiting the points off of turnovers, it has been a completely different story so far in this third quarter. Now up to 19 points off the turnovers total on the day.
Foul called on Taylor Williams.
With just over a minute left in the third quarter.
The Spartans' three-point shooting has really come out of late to 40% now in this ball game. 8 for 20 as Nyla Hampton has just found something from downtown. She's got a pair of threes. Arolt has a pair of threes. And Emma Shoemate has 3. Arolt trying to make it a trio of threes, just in and out. Wow, almost traveled.
Arolt almost with a sneaky 14 points on the day. It's just been very spread out. Never really had a moment where she's just gone on a hot streak, but she's really shooting and has made some terrific passes as well today.
Daly, cross-court swing to Caroline Lau. Screen from Sullivan, 7 on the shot clock. Harder over to Daly. She'll attempt it, one from beyond distance. Not necessarily comfortable from out there, but didn't have an option.
Nyla Hampton had a terrific closeout on Caroline Lau after that cross-court pass and really prevented her from taking a 3.
Simmons using the screen from Tate. Shoemate now. Arolt thought about it, goes inside instead, works on Kaylee Walsh. Good defense. Lau ahead to Casey Harder. 10 seconds left. Pass inside, it's just too strong as the Spartans one last opportunity. Simmons will hoist. Oh, just off. Good opportunity for the Spartans to extend that lead to 13, but it wasn't in the cards. We'll head to the fourth.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Shot away.
Walsh passing inside. Williams turns on Jocelyn Tate with the block, but a foul called on Tate. That's her 4th.
Yeah, that's the height mismatch right there between Walsh and Tate. Tate did a good job staying with her, but of course, when Walsh goes up for that shot, it's going to lead to a foul most of the time, just trying to get the block away.
Spartans making what feels like a line change here. Throwing in a couple new faces, going with a bigger lineup with Sotelo, Van Sluten, and Shoemate, all well above 6 feet. So Simmons and Halleck, the guards. Williams will shoot 2. 5 for 7 in today's game from the line, make it 6 for 8. Now with 18 points.
Williams does that quite a lot, where she does a great job getting to the line. I mean, her ability to drive to the basket leads to so many fouls called against her. She's done a solid job from the line that time, just a little off on that shot.
She's 6 for 9 from the charity stripe so far. Shoemate, deep 3. You bet. Emma Shoemate continuing to light it up from downtown. 4th made 3-pointer. She's got 12.
What a day she is having. 4 for 6 from the field. All of those 3-point attempts. That one as deep as they get for her.
Harder, bumped by Sotelo. Called for the foul. Get another look at this Shoemate hoist. Just pure from distance.
Really wasting no time. I mean, she's kind of one of those catch-and-shoot shooters. She got it, realized she had a little bit of open space, and just fired.
Both teams now shooting 50% from the floor, but it just feels like Northwestern's offense has been stuck in the stairwell of late. 16-point advantage for the Spartans. Daly, mid-range, pop, too strong. Simmons brings it up the floor, Sotelo back to Shoemate. Van Sluten working on Daly, and that's just too easy down low. 18-point lead, largest for the Spartans so far.
This was a Northwestern team who trailed coming into the fourth quarter, and Michigan State has turned on the gas even more, only allowing 3 points early on in this fourth quarter, similar to what they did against Oregon, except that was a game where Michigan State had to come back in that game. This time, they're just trying to extend the lead.
Walsh enters for Williams as Northwestern needs the point scoring that she provides, but it's been pretty quiet from Walsh after the strong start. Oh my, what a block by Van Sluten. We were partially blocked from where we're sitting, but that vertical is legit.
Terrific length to just get up and just stop that shot from Harder.
Sullivan, the smaller Simmons, can't get the roll to fall. Jones, good job down low to keep battling, and finally, Sullivan puts it up and in. That'll count, and a foul.
A couple of offensive rebounds on that play. Big reason why Northwestern has done well in that category today. Leading in the total rebounds department, 31-24 this afternoon.
Sullivan, 6 now after the made basket. 69% free throw shooter this season, attempting her first from the line this afternoon. Northwestern just 13 free throw attempts in this ball game to Michigan State 17. Spartans have shot at a 13 for 17 clip from the line as Walton comes in for Kyla Jones. Free throw from Sullivan, too strong, but Daly with the rebound. Kicks to Walton. She's got legit range. Sullivan turns around. Walton, wing triple. A little short. But Van Sluten cleans up the glass again. That's
what Northwestern's going to have to do to have a chance at coming back from this 16-point deficit. Those offensive rebounds will be crucial. They're going to have to attempt a couple more threes than they're used to.
A lot of contact, and Kaylee Walsh picks up another foul.
And that'll be her fourth as well. So Walsh and Lau both up to 4 fouls on the day. Walsh staring up the scoreboard, watching that replay. She thought she got all ball in that play. A little unhappy after that call.
Feels like there was less contact than there initially looked like there was, as Williams will come back in for number 10 in black. Van Sluten to the line, but you can just tell from Van Sluten's game, she's just such a high IQ scorer. Same thing with A-Roll, too.
Yes. I mean, so much talent on this team, so much IQ. It's a large reason why this is a Michigan State team that is 17-4 and 7-3 in Big Ten. And of course, Van Sluten as well, just at 6'3", just poses such a threat to everyone else on the floor. Misses on that second free throw, but what a day she has had.
77-60, Spartans lead by 17. Williams trying to cut into the deficit. Harder wants Sullivan. Ball to the post. Harder, deep triple. That's from Chicago. Casey Harder lighting it up from distance. As Northwestern calls timeout. Tate gets the ball into Hampton. Bounces it back to Tate. Simmons breaks the press. And Halleck, an open three from the corner, knocks it down. Theron Halleck. 8 points, her second made three of the afternoon.
Northwestern trying to pressure down by a lot late. Michigan State knows exactly what to do with it and gets the answer. Daly, right back on the other side, though, has the return.
She's into double figures with 10 now. 5 made field goals on 10 attempts. Foul called. Spartans lead at 15. And you just had the sense that Michigan State kind of needed this game after the loss against Oregon. Yes, still have won 5 of its last 6, but this is a Spartan squad that is just too much talent and just needed to find its way back into the win column. And of course, it's not quite done yet. Still some basketball to be played. But some good defense, some timely offenses definitely put themselves in a good position. Another steal from Michigan State. Just racking them up now.
Really feels like they've almost gotten more aggressive as this game has gone on.
Yeah, 13 steals as Northwestern picks one up. Walton bounces to Harder, drives inside, bumps off Jocelyn Tate, and that's an offensive foul. Casey Harder can't quite believe it.
Well, a slightly late whistle on that play, almost waited for Tate to hit the ground before the whistle blew. That's, I think, why Harder is a little surprised. As we take another look here, doesn't exactly seem like Tate is set on that play. A little bit of a push off with the right shoulder from Casey Harder, probably the reason why that gets called.
Simmons to Halleck. Halleck's been a little quiet today after scoring 80 points in her last 4 games. Averaging 20 a game in that span. 3 assists, 3 rebounds as well. Dropped top 2 scoring outings of her career with 26 points at Illinois and 25 at Michigan on January 25th. Both of those on the road. She's been a really big staple of this offense of late. Been a little bit quieter today, but now up to 9 points after the made free throw.
Hasn't been the most effective from beyond the arc today. Only 2 for 6 from deep. That's probably a little bit of that reason why we're seeing the slightly lower scoring numbers, although now up to double digits after those 2 made free throws. 5 Spartans now with 10-plus points. Halleck, Van Sluten, Hampton, Shoemate, and Aralt. As Michigan State's lead at 17. Sullivan working on Tate. Little step back, fade away. Gets it to fall. That's a nice play and a nice spin move from a slightly tough angle as well from Sullivan to be able to hit that shot.
Halleck watched by Harder. Ball goes out of bounds, stays Spartans basketball.
I mean, just looking at that Sullivan made basket, Northwestern down by 15 here later. It would take a lot to come back to this, but still lots to take away. I mean, this is a Michigan State team that is very good defensively, only averages about 59 points allowed per game. So Northwestern up to 67. A lot to take away from this and be happy. Obviously, you want to get a couple more stops defensively, but for a Michigan State team that is one of the top teams in the Big Ten, this is definitely still a somewhat impressive performance. Halleck getting it going now as of late.
Yeah, I think she's fine. She's up to 13 now. 3 made threes on 7 attempts. As this Spartan squad continues to find success from deep. Now 11 made threes, 44% shooting from downtown. Williams kicks to Sullivan, over to Walton. Takes the dribble handoff, now Harder. Watched by Halleck. 7 on the shot clock, 6 now. Williams tosses it up. Good offensive rebound, and up and in from Grace Sullivan. Sullivan's in double figures with 10. 3 rebounds as well.
So really nice minutes there from Sullivan, couple baskets, deflection on a pass, nice rebounds.
And Dylan, we've talked about this Michigan State defense all afternoon, and we've kind of started to see that here in the second half. Just 29 points allowed so far. Really impressive stuff. I mean, Northwestern had 40 points at halftime. This was a tied ball game.
Absolutely. They've turned it on to a next level, which I think is definitely what we expected. Van Sluten, wow, she just continues to impress all afternoon long. But I definitely agree. They have hit a next level right now.
I think she's telling, Coach Freilich, this is why I'm in the starting lineup.
Yes.
After 8 games coming off the bench, Van Sluten will go to the bench. Spartans lead by 18, 2:09 to go. Any takeaways from a Northwestern perspective, though?
Well, obviously, you can be a little bit happy with some of the shooting. Still shooting 49% from the field, 4 for 8 from deep. You want to see them try a couple more of those opportunities, obviously, but you have to be happy with that efficiency that they're shooting at.
Taylor Thomas making an appearance after not playing in Iowa City. It's Kat Righeimer checking in, newly on scholarship. Big hustle player, big energy player. Scored her first 7 points of her career versus Illinois and then earned her scholarship before that Iowa game.
And Jocelyn Tate has now fouled out of the game as well after picking up her 5th foul.
Tate in the top 10 in the Big Ten in fouls per game. Very aggressive defender. It's the go green, go white chance. Start to rain down here in Evanston. Good, healthy amount of Michigan State fans in the crowd today. Daly fouled on her drive to the hoop.
Tell you what, the Michigan State faithful, you see them all over Chicagoland. They made their presence shown when their hockey teams were playing at Wrigley, when the men's team was playing here in Evanston, and as well as this women's basketball team. Some large faithful showing.
Marcia DeMusayo into the ball game as well. DeMusayo, Walton, Daly, who's shooting the free throws right now, gets the first one to fall. Righeimer and Taylor Thomas, the 5 for Northwestern down the stretch. A couple of fresh faces for the Spartans, as well as Abby Kimball in the ball game, Kennedy Blair. And then Sotelo, Shoemate, who just grabbed the rebound, and Hampton, 3 players that we've seen a fair share of this afternoon. Here's Kennedy Blair, freshman from Dearborn, Michigan. Shoemate lost a handle. Righeimer was in there. Taylor Thomas as well, as ball will end up Northwestern's way.
Still some good effort, even late in this game, going after that loose ball, drawing the foul from Taylor Thomas.
And it's been the storyline of Northwestern's season. You see 7-12, it'll be 7-13 after this game, 0-9 in conference play, but that just doesn't tell the story of how much this Northwestern team has improved from last year, even if it hasn't shown up in the wins and losses.
And, I mean, definitely agree. You see even today, 5 players in double-digit scoring. They have 5 players who average double-digit points. Today it's Casey Harder getting into that category instead of Kyla Jones. But so many players have shown improvement. The team as a whole, they've lost lots of close games. This one maybe not as close as some of the other ones, but definitely an improvement. Absolutely agree that this record does not tell the whole story for Northwestern.
Oh, good feed by Blair to Sotelo, who gets 2 more on the board. To 3 points this afternoon after converting a free throw. Righeimer connects a 3. Big time shot from Righeimer, who continues to find some offense. He's got 10 career points now.
Ranked right now, number 16th. That could definitely move up higher as they play some of this tougher competition.
And it'll be interesting to see where they fall in the AP top 25, depending on that loss to Oregon, but also a comeback win here. So definitely some AP poll shenanigans and figuring that out, but at the end of the day, the polls don't really matter. It's about finding ways to win basketball games, and this Spartan squad definitely did that down the stretch here in the second half.
Yeah, looking to move to 8-3 in the Big Ten play. They'll be contenders for that Big Ten title and will be shaping up to give themselves a good tournament seeding later on in March.
That's what it's all about down the stretch as we get deeper. I mean, we're in February now. This is some meaningful basketball. Blair comes up with the basketball, and the Spartans likely hold here for a inevitably comfortable win. It was a little iffy in the first half, but Michigan State showed what it was all about. Big time win over Northwestern. The Spartans fans on their feet cheering on the green and white. (89-75) the final. The Spartans, big time win their 4th straight Big Ten game on the road. Their 4th straight win over Northwestern, moved to 18-4, drops Northwestern to 7-13, now to 0-9.